wind is blowing as you're looking at it. The wind is blowing from left to right. That is clearly going to have an impact. Harry Welch, the Hart Indians throwing the ball all the time, of course. The ground attack by the Canyon Cowboys. And as the Indians, and they're going to be starting off, they're going to get the ball. They're going to be going right into the teeth of that wind.
Right into the wind, but I was watching Kyle Matter warm up, and his arm is stronger. The velocity is better than ever.
Robinson's kick, and it's coming to Donahoe. Donahoe from the goal line, and Donahoe's going to get hit immediately. Donahoe's going to get down at the 16-yard line, making that hit. Jeremy Brandt, number 34, 5'10", 185-pounder. Terrific hit by Brandt.
It certainly was. Jeremy was right there, and Brian Greider was right finishing it off. Brian coming off from our specialty teams. Really, really nice.
1st and 10 from the 16. We'll set that offensive unit in just a moment. Of course, it's led by Stanford-bound Kyle Matter. Matter coming into this game, the #1 passer in the region, completing nearly 65% of his passes for 2,161 yards. That first attempt, trying to get the ball out to Todd Wilson, and that misfires. Let's set that offense, led, of course, by Matter. Mickey Mercado is the lone tailback. Kevin Donahoe, Keith Howell, Todd Wilson, and Jake Norton are the wideouts. Jordan Bybee, Mike Brady, Chris Fromm, Jose Flores, and Chris Peligian are the offensive front. 2nd and 10, the quick out again. This time, Matter's pass is complete to Julian Lewis. Lewis is flying down the sideline. Lewis is to the 40, the 30, and they're not going to catch him. Julian Lewis, 84 yards after catching that pass in the flat, and already with only 40, or not even that, only 22 seconds off the clock, the Indians have struck.
Boy, I tell you, that was vintage Hart, wasn't it? Throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage, getting the key block, and taking advantage of the terrific speed, and also taking advantage of the Cowboys being in an isolated outside position with their corners out there.
Julian Lewis, 84 yards with that touchdown run. Lewis, 5'6", 155-pound junior. Josh Cummings in to try the extra point, and he drills it. 22 seconds have ticked off this clock, Harry Welch, and already the Indians have struck. And boy, it's going to be tough if the Indians are going to be striking this big this quickly.
Well, it's going to be tough for the Cowboys and tough for everyone that who has to play the Indians the next 5-6 weeks. But didn't Julian Lewis look good? Going down outside towards the Hart bench and then down the sideline, turning on the burners, showing terrific speed, great acceleration down the sideline. But our fans aren't even in their seats, and it's already 7-0 Indians.
And we talked about this defense, this defense by the Cowboys, ranked 10th in the region. They only allow 218 yards a game. And as I talked about in the pregame, the pass defense has been allowing an average of 83 a game, and right there, boom, 84 yards.
Very, very good observation, Dave. The Cowboys, though, have not been tested as they're going to be tested tonight. So this is going to be really a unique test for them. But to me, there are too many good athletes, too many kids with a lot of pride wearing green and gold tonight. They're going to do well.
Josh Cummings kicking off. Back in the middle is Robert Hendricks. Hendricks is flanked by Nick Hogan on one side. And this is going to be Hendricks, but he's in the end zone. And so the automatic touchback whenever the ball, and that's going into the wind.
Into the wind. I was waiting for you to pick up on that. Josh Cummings, we've loved him since the first game of the year, kicking off into the teeth of a good wind and kicks the ball into the end zone. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. He does that same kick the other way, and who knows, it's probably over in Newhall.
Canyon Cowboys quarterback Vince Titteriga, and this Cowboy offense led by Mark Barr. Barr is the leading ground gainer in the Santa Clarita Valley among the four schools here.
Oh,
626 yards, and look at this. Trips on either side. And the ball is going to be knocked up in the air by Chris Fromm, and it's an incomplete pass. You want to explain that, Mr. Welch?
Well, it's the ultimate spread set. It's something you see. The kids have a lot of fun in Pop Warner games where they take a tackle, a tight end, and a back, place them on one side of the field, tackle a tight end, and the back on the other side of the field. So you got 3 here, you got 3 here, you got 3 here, and one guy and another guy. Just see if we can. Actually, what they're trying to do is throw the Indians off balance. But the Indians are playing a 3-deep zone. It's real tough to throw a 3-deep zone off balance.
We'll finish the rest of that offense in just a moment. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. This one is going, the toss this time is going to Hendricks, and Hendricks isn't going to get anywhere. No gain. Frome is coming up, the last one up. Kyle Hollis there as well. Good to see him. And let's finish setting that offense. Ricky Galvin and Colin McNeil, all everything is McNeil, are the other running backs. John Sandin is a wide receiver. Andy Reese, the tight end. The center, Hunter Phillips, Mac May, and Mike Quisenberry are the guards. Anthony Coca, Paul Giamichael are the tackles. 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. This time the Cowboys send 2 wideouts, more of a pro set. Titteriga, 3 steps, trying to get the ball to Barr, but that pass is incomplete, and we're going to get 4th down.
Well, Barr ran a nice route. I think the wind got a little bit under the ball, and Vince that time, the nose of the ball was up, and as all good quarterbacks know, and the quarterback coaches, if you get the nose of the ball up, just like an airplane wing, the ball is going to sail, and that's what happened that time.
Cam Robinson to punt. Robinson with the wind at his back right now. One of the better kickers. The attempt to block is not going to get hit. The ball's going to bounce, and it's going to roll like crazy. Will they be able to catch up to it before it goes into the end zone? It's into the end zone. Oh, man, he outkicked his coverage. 80-yard punt.
It was 80 yards. Now, that gives you an idea of how strong the breeze is for Cummings kicking it into the end zone.
No, that was Cam Robinson.
No, I'm talking about
I'm sorry.
Cummings on the kickoff,
yes,
how strong that was. And then Cam Robinson, you know what I really liked about what Cam did just then? He had terrific pressure. The Indians put on pressure to try to block the punt, and he got the good punt off. And it had terrific roll, 80 yards. I don't know what the school record is, but 80 yards has got to be up there.
That's a terrific punt. Cam Robinson. So the Hart Indians, with 10:39 to play in the first quarter, they're already up 7-0. They start with their spread offense. Matter under center. Mercado is the lone back. Quickly going out, Mercado's got Jake Norton. And Jake Norton is also Jeremy Brandt
has Jake Norton.
Let's set that defense now for these Canyon Cowboys. One of the better, like we said, 10th in the southern section. Andy Reese and Fred Gamble. Good to see Fred is now back and starting.
Yes, it is.
For the Cowboys.
A lot better out there.
Mike Quisenberry and Edgar Aguirre are the defensive tackles. Colin McNeil, Ricky Galvin, and Nick Theodore are the backers, with Hendricks, Hogan, Brandt, and Billy Maria getting this start at free safety. 2nd down and 9 to go. And Mickey Mercado collects that pass from Matter, and Mercado's going to get across the 25 and is going to be down at the 27-yard line. 6 more yards, 3rd down and 3.
And you mentioned big number 44, Fred Gamble. Fred, we were talking about his knee being better. He made the play on the sideline, so from defensive end all the way to the sideline. Nice play, Freddie.
And the no-huddle offense, and this time out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 3. Wilson in motion. The fake inside to Mercado, going across the middle. He's got Wilson. Wilson's got the 1st down, and Wilson's going to get knocked out of bounds by Ricky Galvin, but the Indians collect another 1st down.
Ricky Galvin is another superior athlete on the Cowboys. There are some players on that Cowboy defense that are as talented as any playing high school football in Southern California. There's some great kids out there wearing green and gold. I mean, talented, good attitudes, and they work hard.
Gain of 11. Matter out of the shotgun again. He's got Mercado. Mercado has got a lot of room. Mercado's got blockers in front. He's across the 50. Flag comes down. Mercado out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Brandt and Hendricks, but a flag was thrown.
Dave, Mickey Mercado, what I liked about what he did right then, first of all, he showed his good acceleration, but what I liked even better, though, he had lots and lots of patience. He got behind his blockers, and he waited for things to open up. Boy, Mickey looked real good. You know, he was thrown into the starting spot right in the middle of the year, and he gets better and better every week. He looks very, very good.
Mercado, 5'4", 135-pound junior. And holding is the call, and so that's going to take away most of that yardage. It's going to end up for Mercado as a 7-yard gain. They're going to move the ball back, though, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which puts the ball back to the 45-yard line. Matter so far now 5 of 6 here in the early going of this first quarter from the shotgun. 1st and 3. Quickly firing across the middle. He's got Jake Norton. Norton's into Cowboy territory. And down at the 47-yard line.
Young Billy Maria.
Yes, Billy Maria. And Billy Maria, you talk about stepping it up.
Yes.
Billy Maria is having to step up to fill in for Ryan Sullivan, who's out with an injury.
And he stepped up well last week, didn't he? He came in when Ryan got hurt and made some real nice plays, had a sack last week, and now makes a big hit.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the confusion is down on the sidelines. But now the officials have it going. Our referee tonight, Tom Thompson, says let's get it going, and they're going to go. 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 47. Matter throwing again, going deep. He's got Howell, and there's going to be pass interference against Nick Hogan. And Hogan pretty much blocked the view for Howell to try to get to that ball.
Well, he did. And, you know, I was wondering if they were going to show off the arm of Kyle Matter. And just then, he airs it out. The ball's 50 yards in the air, into the wind. And the reason why I was wondering if they were going to show off his arm is there are a couple men in the stands, in the Indian stands tonight. Well, it's the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach for Stanford University. They're here tonight. They wanted to check out their future, and I think they're going to like what they're seeing. We've liked what we saw in Kyle Matter all year. I think they better like what they're going to see. He's got Sunday football written all over him.
Matter now 6 of 7, 115 yards and a touchdown already, and there's 8:44 to play in the first quarter. Faking to one side, stepping into the pocket, airing it out again, trying to get to Howell again, and that one's going to be overthrown. Howell had Mark Barr, who's in on defense, and Colin McNeil. Barr coming in on those nickel coverages now.
You know, we were trying to set the offense and defense, first offensive play scrimmage. Colin McNeil was responsible for the first incomplete pass of the game. That was the play that Matter threw incomplete in a little slant. How about Colin McNeil all the way in the end zone on a long pass? What a great athlete, great linebacker, and a great leader.
2nd and 10 from the Cowboy 32. The shotgun again. Matter steps up, fires it, trying to get it to Howell, and that one goes incomplete. The last 3 attempts to Howell incomplete. Of course, that first one was pass interference. Nothing against Howell, though.
No, and that doesn't go against his stats either when it's pass interference.
And does it surprise you to see the Hart Indians out here throwing so much so quickly?
Well, I was wondering if they were trying to make a statement for the Stanford coaches. I don't know, but I do know that they script their first 10 or 12 plays every week. Norton. So this is the offense they were expecting to throw.
Getting some pressure is Matter, and gonna bring him down. 58. Edgar Gary, 5'11", 205-pound junior, records that sack and pushes the Indians back to the 40-yard line.
You know, Edgar did get credit for that sack, and he certainly earned it. But we have to give credit to the Cowboys secondary, because there was nowhere for Kyle Matter to throw within the allotted time. And Edgar kept working and working hard, finally made the big sack. Now, getting sacked isn't a big deal for something new for the Indians, is it, this year? I believe Matter has been sacked more than anyone in the history of Hart football.
4th down, 18.
Wow.
From the Cowboy 40-yard line, and they're going for it. Out of the shotgun, 2 wideouts either side. Here comes Andy Reese. The ball is going for Wilson, and a flag comes down.
Wow.
And the coaches for the Cowboys are incensed.
And they're not very happy either.
No. Neither are the people in the stands either. They're going to call pass interference against the Indians. Loss of down, it doesn't matter. It was 4th down anyway, and so the Cowboys are going to get the ball.
But now the Cowboy coaches are happier.
Well, you know, that ball was well overthrown. There was not a chance that that was going to get completed, and if they were going to go through with that pass interception against the Cowboys, I was going to be very surprised.
Yes, but you know, an interesting thing, David, it not only does the ball turn over, but it's a 15-yard penalty. So the Cowboys were going to get the ball, plus they picked up 15 yards because the Indians went for it from their own 40-yard line on 4th and 18. So now the Cowboys, on the turnover with the penalty, picked the ball up on the Hart side of the 50-yard line.
And we'll get ourselves a chance to set that defense now for the Hart Indians as well.
Great defense. My all-time favorite front four.
This defense ranks 7th in the southern section, giving up only 201 yards a game. Pro formation, unusual for the Cowboys.
Yes, it is.
McNeil and Barr are the backs. The toss goes to Barr. Barr trying to get some blocking and lots of hits. Chase Mendenhall, 22. Hetman is there also. Coming in is Kyle Hollis, 51. Let's go ahead and set that entire defense, one of the best in the region. And talk about best, this defensive front, one of the best in the country.
I think it is, yes.
Evan Allen, Chris Frome are the defensive ends. Jose Flores, Peter Dubsky, the tackles. Kyle Hollis will be anchoring those linebackers in the middle. He's flanked by Josh Christensen and Travis Hetman. Chase Mendenhall and Evan Anderson are the corners, with Ryan Rich as the strong safety. Matt Moore, the free. Moore with 5 interceptions so far this year. Rolling to his right is Titteriga on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get dragged down by Dubsky. Allen forced Titteriga back into Dubsky, but that's going to be a loss, and that's going to be another sack.
Yeah, that's very difficult because Vince had nowhere to release the ball. The coverage was so good by the Hart secondary. In fact, speaking of the Hart secondary, you just set them all up just now, but we really ought to mention Evan Anderson and Chase Mendenhall. Here are two corners that are pretty much the unsung or unpubbed players on that great secondary, in fact, that great defense. These fellas feel real hard against the run. In fact, Mendenhall made the play at the line of scrimmage, the play before, and now Titteriga goes back to pass, and the coverage is terrific. He has nowhere to drop the ball off. Now, they don't have any interceptions this year, but what they do have is terrific coverage, and they've played some terrific teams, including Loyola and Westlake.
And interestingly, delay of game, and the Cowboys were just coming out of the huddle when that flag was thrown.
That's a little strange, unless the Cowboys are thinking about a special offense, a special formation, something a little different.
And Titteriga is still over here on the sideline talking with the coaches. He's still not sure exactly either what to call or what the formation is going to be.
That's a little strange for the 9th ball game of the year, isn't it?
So the penalty moves 5 yards back to the Cowboy 48-yard line. 3rd down, 17. Titteriga going straight back, throwing to Sandin, but that swarming Hart Indian defense is all over Sandin. Hetman is down there. Chris Frome is down there. Hollis is down there, and it's going to be a loss of 2, but there is a flag on the play and illegal procedure against the Cowboys.
Oh boy, ouch. Well, the play wasn't real successful anyway, so I'm sure the Indians are going to decline that.
It is declined, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 19, and into punt again is Robinson. And going back will be Matt Moore, and Matt Moore will be best advised to go back and stand under his goalposts. From the 46-yard line, almost getting. I think the Indians did get a piece of that. Chase Mendenhall came flying in, and I think Mendenhall got a piece of that because that ball is going to go out of bounds at the 45-yard line of the Indians. Only a 9-yard punt. So I think Mendenhall got a piece of it.
You know, he got a piece of it, or at the very least, he changed the trajectory because he was right there. Had Cam Robinson released the ball in its normal arc, it would have been blocked. Now, the Cowboys had a great situation, didn't they? They had a 1st and 10 at the plus 45-yard line, and they ended up going backwards. Too bad. But nice play by Chase Mendenhall. We're just talking about those fine corners for the Indians.
5:32 to go in the 1st quarter, and the Canyon Cowboys have total offense of -4 yards. from the shotgun and his own 45. Matter steps into the pocket, throws downfield, trying to get the ball to Donahoe, the fastest receiver on this Indian squad, and he overthrows that. And for Kyle Matter, he's 0 for 4, 0 for his last 4 attempts.
You know, it's almost as if they want a big play. The first touchdown was so easy. They want to make those big plays, instead of just relaxing and staying within their offense. Now, that last play was just thrown to Kevin Donahoe, and Kevin is getting better week after week, and he is the fastest player, but his hands are getting better, and his sense on the field is better. He's become a very good football player.
Flags come down, whistles. Mark Barr. And I did it last week, Harry. I'm going to do it again this week. I will probably call him Matt a few times. My apologies, but it's
well, wait till he starts kicking off a tee or kicking field goals.
Yes,
you'll really be calling him Matt
be
Barr.
so confused.
Yes,
but it's going to go against the Cowboys, and so they will replay second down. But Barr, obviously an offensive threat, and he's going to get a lot of time in a defense, and he's in there right now in that defensive backfield. He was showing blitz on that last play.
He was, and we had Andy Reese really anxious to get in that backfield.
And here he comes again. Barr coming in again. Matter trying to get it to Jake Norton, and Norton, I don't think Norton was expecting the ball to be there that quickly.
Well, he wasn't exactly expecting it between the upper face bar on his face mask and the lower face bar. The ball literally hit him right in the face. What a great toss that one was. Wow. Now, you may not have expected it that quickly. I mean, that was an NFL speed on the ball. That had real heat.
The wind right now is non-existent. The flag is limp. 3rd down and 5 from midfield. Going again. He's got Donahoe. Donahoe's got the ball inside the 40. He's got a first down. He's going to be down at the 38-yard line. But another first down for the Indians.
Yes, Nick Hogan had real good coverage right there. Nick could not have done more. No one could have asked more of Nick than what he did right there. Just Donahoe, as we talked about him being such an improved receiver. You know, everyone knows he has speed. Now he catches the ball over the middle in a crowd and real solid.
Typical offense for the Hart Indians. 2 wideouts either side. Jake Norton now goes in motion. Mercado, the lone back. Mercado is yet to run the ball. He gets a shovel pass. Mercado's got a lot of room. That quick back breaks 1 tackle, but he's not going to break the second, and Mercado's going to be close to a first down. In fact, they're going to mark his forward progress down at the 27-yard line. That should be enough for another Indian first down.
Yes, big 13, number Nick Sandin almost made the play on Matter. In fact, he caused him to hesitate. Had he been able to cause him to hesitate a little bit more, could have broken up the whole play. But you have to watch John Sandin on that. Did a real fine job.
Norton in motion again. The blitz is coming again, but Matter dumps the ball off. He's got Donahoe. Donahoe gets some great blocking. Donahoe is going to score. Kevin Donahoe from 27 yards out gives the Indians a 13-0 lead.
Boy, looked real smooth, didn't they? They looked, I was going to say mid-season for him. They looked CIF championship for him on that one.
27 yards to Kevin Donahoe, and part of that, the blitz that was coming in gave man-to-man protection.
Yes, it really does. It really puts an awful lot of pressure on the young men on the perimeter. And the Cowboys are at a real disadvantage if they don't make the sack.
Cummings splits the uprights. 4:23 to play in this first quarter. 14-0. The Indians extended over the Cowboys.
The Dugout Sports Store is your one-stop location for baseball and softball. All the gear you need, from gloves and balls to knee savers and shin guards, can be found at the Dugout. And with the new rules affecting bat sizes, all the new Easton bats are at the Dugout. Plus, All-Star Embroidery can create the custom uniform you and your team need. Check us out on the internet at dugoutsports.com and batsusa.com, or call 288-2607 the Dugout.
Hendricks back for the Cowboys to receive this Cummings kick, and that is going to get it at the 1-yard line. Hendricks waiting for his wedge, now bursts through, and Hendricks is going to get to the 24-yard line. Big improvement from last week against the Centurions.
Much improved. Looked like Todd Wilson, and guess what? Mickey Mercado. Starting tailback, and he's down there covering kickoffs.
Got some football players on both sides of the line of scrimmage tonight.
Certainly do. Certainly do. Nice to see some of the other players like Todd Wilson making a play.
Wilson, of course, starting as a wideout for these Indians. With 4:16 to play, the total offense changed 165 yards, which has all been matter through the air for the Hart Indians compared to Canyon's -4 in the double wing T now. Very popular last year and last week against Saugus. The toss goes to Barr, and Barr's going to get swarmed.
Swarmed. He lost his helmet.
Helmet.
Whoa, knocked his helmet off.
Evan Allen and Kyle Hollis, and Hollis showing no ill effects at all of that knee injury that he had last week.
No, they had that checked out, had an MRI. He's clean, maybe a little sore, but he's so tough he probably doesn't feel it. But he came in, you know, he looked like Batman coming in from the backside, flying through there. He just needed his cape.
Loss of a yard, back now to the 23-yard line.
It's a nice evening to watch two great inside backers again, isn't it? Colin McNeil.
Great point.
And Big 51, what a great number for a middle backer, huh?
Second down and 11 from the 23. Double wing again. The fake to Barr, rolling to his left. Titteriga gets the ball to McNeil. McNeil has got enough for a first down. And talk about the one-on-one mano-a-mano. Kyle Hollis taking down McNeil.
Yes, nice tackle by Kyle Hollis, but we have to give Colin McNeil the upper hand on that one. He picked up the first down, picked up 12 yards on that. Looked really good. In fact, last week was Colin McNeil not the favorite tackle? Excuse me, favorite receiver.
Yes, he was.
If I get on the right side of the ball, you know. So I say McNeil, and I want to say tackle, but he was the favorite receiver for Vince. And Vince had a terrific game last week, didn't he?
Vince had a great game. 8 of 10 last week, and the 2 incompletions, he hit them right between the numbers. Expect Titteriga to throw the ball a little bit more often tonight based on that success. This time he gives the ball to Barr. Barr trying to get around Wilson. Wilson is going to bring him down, and Evan Anderson closing hard. And don't forget, Mark Barr last week got hit twice. Not once, but twice. Had his bell rung, and there was a feared concussion, but he's okay. But Evan Anderson dishing out a vicious lick.
Boy, you know, the coaches from Hart were talking to me about their corners, and one of the things they were talking about is watch them fill on the run. Doing a great job on the run. You know, we've seen Mendenhall on the right side and Anderson here on the left. Boy, they're tough kids, cover well on defense.
Loss of 2 again. The running game is just not working for the Cowboys. 2:33 to play and counting in this first quarter. Colin McNeil, for the first time tonight, gets the ball up the middle, and McNeil is going to get to about the 40-yard line. Give McNeil 5 yards on that carry, and that's something that McNeil is so strong doing right up the middle.
You know, it was a quick trap right up the middle, and to see Colin coming through there, it's like a freight train. You know, you have to have a lot of courage to take on Colin and take him down. That was a good 5 yards for Colin.
Colin McNeil on the season, 209 yards, a 2.4 average with 5 touchdowns. Tied with that rushing lead in touchdowns with Mark Barr. Third down, 7 from their own 40-yard line. McNeil is the lone back. 2 wideouts on the far side. Galvin is on the near. The give is to McNeil. McNeil is going to get wrapped by Travis Hetman and brought down well short of the first down. Give him 3 yards, but it will bring up 4th down.
Yes, it would. And that's the first time we've really called on Hitman Hetman tonight. He's another fine linebacker. You know, they've got 3 good linebackers for the Indians.
And actually, my mistake, it was Josh Christensen, number 45, who made that tackle, because Hitman's coming onto the field just now. It was Christensen.
That's what I said.
45. Yes,
that's what I said.
That's what I said too, Christensen.
That's what we said. Christensen made a nice tackle.
Cam Robinson to come in for his 3rd punt of the game. Matt Moore standing on his 18. Good snap. Robinson hoping to get advantage of some of that wind. Moore's going to try to field it. Doesn't work. Going to pick it up, and then he's going to get swarmed down. John Sandin takes down Matt Moore, and Moore almost committed the Cardinal, Harry Welch.
Yo, catch the ball on the punt. How about John Sandin's coverage, though? Was that nice downfield? Covering the ball. In fact, had the ball not been covered real clearly, Sandin picks it up. Great hustle with John.
The Indians will get the ball on their own 22-yard line. And the Indians, 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. Matter's got 3 wideouts to the near side. And now he's checking off. 3 steps going across the middle, trying to get it into Wilson. Wilson's going to get a pop from Colin McNeil.
That's the same exact read that we saw on the very first play of the game, and Colin McNeil played it perfectly in the first play of the game. He played this perfectly. I am not certain that they're seeing something that's open, or Colin McNeil is just executing better than the Indians are on that particular play.
3 wideouts again. Wilson, Norton, and Chris Steck come to the near side out of the shotgun. 2nd and 10 from the 22. And looking for Donahoe, and Donahoe gets tangled up with umpire Al Klein and is not able to get over to the ball.
He did get tangled up, and Colin McNeil was with him man for man.
Tom Thompson, the referee, Al Klein, the umpire. Head linesman in tonight's ball game, Robin Day. Line judge is Sean Murphy, with the back judge, Scott Odell.
It's a very, very experienced refereeing crew. Tommy Thompson, the man with the white hat, he's the main man out there. He's been around a long time. He's very respected in the CIF.
3rd down and 10 from their own 22. Shotgun again from Matter. Matter getting pressure from John Sandin. Escapes that. Throws on the run, and Steck, does he make the catch? Excuse me, that's Keith Howell. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
They're going to have him down at the 34-yard line, 12 yards, another Indian first down.
Big play, because Sandin really had Matter under an awful lot of pressure. It's an interesting lineup we have out there, because Sandin's out there, Reese is out there, and Fred Gamble's out there right now. So we've got 3 could-be defensive ends out there. A lot of athleticism out there for the Cowboys.
Wilson in motion, back and forth. The shovel pass. Jumping on the ball is Fred Gamble, but they're going to say an incomplete pass, as Matter was trying to shovel pass to Mercado, and that was broken up. I hope you got a chance to see who broke up that pass.
I did. Honestly, I watched it the whole way. Colin McNeil broke it up in the backfield. Just made a perfect play. Outstanding play. And then Gamble and Reese were all over the ball once it hit the ground. But on that shovel pass, it's a fairly safe play. It looks like it could be a fumble, but actually it's a forward pass. It hits the ground, the play's over with.
Matter and the Indians have been streaky here in the first quarter. They've got the lead 14-0. Matter 10 of 19, 177 yards. This should be the last play of the quarter, as Norton gets the ball. It stays inbounds, and that will be the last play of the quarter. Frontier Toyota's game of the week has got the Indians on top of the Cowboys, 14-0.
For the largest selection of palms, flowers, shrubs, plants, and trees, it's Green Nursery. No nursery in the Santa Clarita Valley has more acreage of growing grounds than Green Nursery. We have more stock than all the other nurseries and discount stores combined. And you'll find the shorter fall days are the prime time for growing perennials. For the best selection, best advice, and best prices, go to Green Nursery on Bouquet Canyon Road in Saugus.
You know, we're very proud of the Signal's role in this community. So I'd like to share with you what some local folks have to say about your hometown newspaper.
3 years ago, we bought this Acura store. Out of 254 Acura stores in the nation, it was ranked 250th. Today, we're in the top 50. And the only way we had to get our message out in the beginning was the Signal.
So pick up a copy of the Signal today. After all, it's your community, and this is your newspaper.
This Acura dealership is unbelievable. They treated us like family. Hi, I'm Sherry Fleming. I've been telling you, anything they can do, we can do better, but our customers tell it best.
I got the price and the car I wanted.
I bought my TL here, and I love it.
They treated me like family.
I'd send my family there.
I feel the difference.
I'd send my friends there.
I feel the difference.
Come feel the difference.
I love sports. I like school, and I get good grades. But I also like to get high.
Yeah, it's so easy to fool our parents. They have no idea how easy it is to get drugs and alcohol in the Santa Clarita Valley.
marijuana, cocaine, crack, it's all here.
As long as I keep hitting home runs and getting good grades, my parents don't ask what else I do.
Besides, what's the worst that can happen to us? We fall asleep in class?
Parents, talk to your kids before it's too late.
Third down, a yard. Not well. We are from Mr. Matter.
Yep.
And Matter is going to get corralled by McNeil.
Yes, first run of the night. It's a quarterback sneak to pick up the first down.
And so Matter on the 2-yard sneak gets the first down and keeps that clock moving. And there's no huddle offense, which keeps the defense extremely on its toes.
Well, it does. You know, it's no huddle for the offense, but that dictates that the defense cannot huddle either.
3 wideouts on the far side. Mercado, the lone back. Straight back again. Pump. Looking for Donahoe, and Donahoe got turned around and covering Cam Robinson. As I was watching Donahoe could have lobbied for a holding against Robinson because Robinson held him back from getting to that ball.
Well, you know, it's interesting you said coverage by Cam Robinson. Cam Robinson has not played defense the whole year. Cam Robinson is an outstanding athlete, but Cam Robinson has been the punter and the kicker for the Cowboys, and he's world class. But you know, that's interesting to have him out there. He's got very good speed. By the way, the pressure was again applied by Colin McNeil.
Matter going across the middle, trying to get it to Mercado, or excuse me, to Jake Norton, throwing well behind Norton. Again, pressure. McNeil, John Sandin coming from the outside, but another incompletion is going to bring up 3rd and 10.
The Cowboys seem to be keeping Matter and the Indians a little bit off stride. They, you know, they've got 14 points, but they don't seem to have the rhythm that they normally have.
3rd down 10 from their own 46-yard line. Out of the shotgun again. Matter 11 of 22 now, 186 yards. Slipping in the dirt. Floating it, and he completes it, but he's going to be short of the first down. Jeremy Brandt makes the stop on Jake Norton.
And so it's a very, very nice spot that they give him.
Very generous spot.
Yes. Jeremy Brandt made this tackle, and he also made the tackle right before our last cutaway. Jeremy's playing a real good game out there. We just haven't called his name in his number very often.
4th and inch is the no huddle, and Matter's going to take it himself, trying to get the Cowboys sleeping, and Matter fighting. And Matter's going to be down close to the 36-yard line, and that's going to be enough for another first down. But, you know, we see Matter taking this, and he's been, we talked about, record number of sacks against the Indians, and Matter has been pummeled and punished and beat up, and yet he comes back and sets other records in passing efficiency.
He just keeps coming back for more, doesn't he? Here we are in the 41-yard line here, David.
1st and 10 for the Indians, excuse me, the Indians. And Julian Lewis going in motion back and forth, a shotgun again. They have yet to run a legitimate run with Mercado, and going for Donahoe again long. And, you know, again, Harry, your point has to be brought up again, looking for those big strikes, going for the 30-yard passes downfield.
It really seems like they're real anxious, like they feel like, you know, I can do this. I can hit the 3-point play. You know, coach, I'm open. Hit me. You know, feed me. I'm open. But the Indians seem to be going downfield, trying to make the quick strike. And the Cowboys just say, all right, well, this is a game we're going to play. We're going to bring 5 or 6 or 7 people, and we're going to bring them from all different spots all over the field. See if you can beat us.
Shotgun again as Wilson goes in motion, setting up 2 wideouts on either side now. 2nd down and 10, going deep again, looking for Norton, and this one's going to be overthrown. Brandt was there. Billy Maria was also there. Good coverage, double coverage by the Cowboys.
Terrific effort. Nick Hogan all the way back there, too. The Cowboys are having a lot of success here, causing the Indians to get a little bit out of their normal offense.
And after starting off so spectacularly, Matter starting off 6 of 7, 115 yards. He's now 12 of 25 for 195. And now checking off 3rd down and 10. And so many times tonight the Indians have been in 3rd and long, where it's unusual to see the Indians in 3rd and long. Sandin giving us some pressure. The throw completed. The completion, and I'm still trying to catch the number 3, Chris Steck And Steck, a terrific reception and run after the catch.
Yes, it was. It was. He looked real good. And once again, Cowboys are applying pressure, and the Indians are going to say, okay, we're going to see if we can go downfield on you.
19 yards for Steck. The no huddle again. 1st and 10 from the 22. Wilson in motion. Out of the shotgun again is Matter. He's got the screen set up to Donahoe. Donahoe breaks one, spins away from a second. Donahoe's into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. With 9:37 to play, the Indians are up by 3 touchdowns.
And once again, the Cowboys bringing a bunch, and the Indians letting them come, throwing right over there. And Donahoe's looking better and better, isn't he? A lot of good patience by Kyle Matter.
Well, the Indians are going to quickly make this an ugly affair.
Well,
with strikes like that.
Yes, they will. We got to hope that the Indians defense backs off and the Cowboys can move the ball a little bit.
Ryan Rich with the hold. Josh Cummings, the extra point. 9:37 to play. Frontier Toyota's game of the week has got the Indians ahead of the Cowboys 21-0.
Education isn't always about books. It's not always about the score. Challenge your mind, challenge your body. Accept the challenge.
Josh Cummings' kick. This one is going to come down to Robert Hendricks. Hendricks from inside the 5. And Hendricks is not going to get to the 20-yard line.
Looked like Tony Lecco making the play. Tony, we haven't called his name a whole lot. That was a real nice play. And Hendricks wasn't running with the fire and abandon that we've seen in the past from him. Cowboys have got to attack this a little bit more. Maybe they just need a little bit of momentum, just a little bit, something to break loose, get a few first downs on offense or something.
I've got a feeling that the Cowboys were working the kickoff coverage quite a bit in practice this week, and perhaps Jack Bowman and his staff was telling his returners to be patient and get behind that wedge. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, their 19-yard line. Eric Johnson and Mark Barr splitting out to the near side. Hendricks is going out to the far side. Colin McNeil is the lone back behind Vince Titteriga. Barr now going in motion. Titteriga going back, getting behind McNeil, getting the ball out to Andy Reese. Reese breaks one tackle, squares those shoulders, and pulls his way across for what should be a first down for the Cowboys.
Boy, it's nice to see Andy Reese involved on offense, too. He is a marvelous defensive end, but there's no one on that field tougher than Andy Reese. And, you know, when you saw him catch the ball, and we saw this last week, he caught the ball, and, man, he took it. He must have taken on 5 Hart Indians there at the end of the play, and I'm sure he enjoyed that. He's one fine football player. He's tough, he's quick, he's strong, he's explosive.
And at this point in the game here, even though there's now inside of 9 minutes to play in the first half, down by 21 points, the clock is not going to become the friend anymore of the Cowboys.
No, it's not. And, we really need...
And here again, a delay of game, and the Cowboys had even... Second time tonight, they hadn't even gotten to the line of scrimmage before that 25-second clock.
That's not real good. You know, there are too many good athletes on this Canyon Cowboy team, and there's too much tradition here at Canyon High School. You know, the Cowboys, they don't want to finish 5th in the Foothill League. To the best of my recollection, in 30 years, I don't know of a Canyon Cowboy football team to finish 5th in a league. It's there are too many good kids here, and too much pride and too much tradition.
After the penalty, 1st and 15, a double wing tee again for the Cowboys. Going back is Titteriga. Ducking inside, that's Chris Frome. Chris Frome buries Titteriga. Frome, a terrific, you talk about one of the best, 6'6", 235-pounder.
He's great against anyone, but Vince Titteriga rolling to his left, which is tough for a right-handed quarterback once again, but there was nowhere to run. And what's the rest, Dave? Nowhere to hide.
Nowhere to hide. The 11th sack for Chris Frome. There are teams that don't have 11
Absolutely.
sacks.
Absolutely.
Frome with 11 sacks this year.
You know, we're looking at the Cowboy sideline, and from the coaches to the players, there's not a lot of enthusiasm right now. We need the Cowboys to fire up and enjoy the game that they're playing and the good time that they should be having out here.
Barr with the toss. Barr is going to get wrapped up. And Barr will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm not sure he did. Looked like
Kyle Hollis.
Kyle
again.
Hollis. Oh, he's
you know, we have
good.
got some of the best linebackers in this valley, and there's so much attention that is paid to our linebackers and our athletes in this valley, and there should be. They're phenomenal players.
But you know, and if they were to vote for All-League, and if they could only put 2 All-League inside backers, that wouldn't be fair, because Hollis, DePaiva, and McNeil could all be All-CIF.
Don't forget John Robinson over at Valencia.
I'm not forgetting him, but these 3 could be All-CIF.
3rd down, 20 from the 21. Titteriga rolling to his right. Throws to McNeil, his favorite receiver, and McNeil is going to get out of bounds. They're going to give him forward progress at about the 26-yard line, but he's going to be well short of the first down, 4th and long.
Yeah, I think 3rd and 15, a 4-yard pass is not exactly going to do it, and the Indians will always give that. And to keep the clock running, the officials, they said, okay, he's inbounds. Maybe they want the clock to run a little bit in this first half.
Titteriga 4 of 6 for 27 yards, and Titteriga has been more and more, as this season has progressed, has become more and more accurate with his passing.
He's accurate. He's doing all that they're asking him to do. He just needs some help.
Robinson fumbles the snap, thinks about running. Now it's blocked. Hetman picks up the ball, and Hetman is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown on the punt, on the blocked punt. Travis Hetman into the end zone.
Yes, and you know what? In all fairness to Cam Robinson, I watched that the whole way. That was not a good snap. The ball bounced. You know, it looked like they were playing basketball out there. The ball dribbled to Robinson. Cam did all that he could, but the ball was late. The late snap. This is not going to help the body language of the Cowboys right now at all, is it?
Ryan Rich with the hold. Josh Cummings the kick, and Cummings just drills it.
If it goes any further, they're going to have to get a new football. They'll lose that one.
They're going to have to get a new scoreboard.
Yes.
He's going to put it through the scoreboard.
Don't let them do that.
Yeah, you love that scoreboard.
Yes,
6:20 to play in the first half, and the Indians now up 28-0. Frontier Toyota's game of the week.
Image, communication, information, qualities that define a successful business. Get the competitive advantage you need with video for your corporate presentations, e-commerce, and marketing. For nearly 20 years, Souvenir Productions has been helping business get results through video. Whether you need 30 seconds or 30 hours, find out what video can do for your business. Call 254-6634.
Yeah.
Cummings kicking off, and he's got the wind behind him. Forget it. Hendricks just turns and watches that one bounce out of the end zone and down to Ventura somewhere.
Yes, Dave, in any game versus any team, have we seen a better kicker than Josh Cummings this year? And we've seen some very good ones. But have we seen one? I don't know. Have we seen one in his class? Oh, he's good.
He's a very good kicker. Cam Robinson, of course, is a very good kicker.
Very good.
Well, we failed to really talk about that, Harry, but we've got 2 of the premier kickers in Southern California on this field right here tonight.
Yes, we do. And both of them, if they wish to pursue it, they could kick another 4 years. Cam, unfortunately, because of the maybe lack of success of the team, he may have to walk on somewhere, but Josh may get a little help.
Double wing tee again. The fake to Hendricks, rolling to his right, now passing back to Hendricks. Hendricks wide open, catches the ball down the sideline, cuts inside for Mendenhall. Hetman drags him down from behind, but Hendricks down to the Hart 43-yard line. A gain of 37 yards on that pass play.
It's the first excitement we've seen from the Cowboy crowd the whole night. But you know what? Hendricks made a very, very nice catch. However, Vince Titterica threw a perfect pass. I mean, he hung that up in the air, and Hendricks, sprinting full speed, ran into the ball, made the nice catch, but a perfect pass by Vince.
38 yards officially. They're going to mark it down at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Clock is inside of 6 minutes to play in the first half. Plenty of time for these Cowboys. 2 wideouts on the far side. Galvin is in the slot on the near side. Tederiga going deep again, and there's that center fielder, Matt Moore, his 6th interception of this season. Moore cutting back inside, trying to get some blocking. A flag is down, and Moore is going to be down at midfield. Compliments of Tederiga and Andy Reese, but let's check that flag. And that flag was thrown well after Matt Moore had collected his 6th interception of the year.
Boy, does Matt Moore play center field well. Oh my gosh. I hear he's a shortstop, but he looks like a center fielder out there. Next year, he's going to look like a great quarterback. What an athlete. And, you know, that's probably not the best thing the Cowboys do is drop back and get into a passing style. The rollout, the bootleg, the waggle, the throwback, as we just saw, seems to be something that they seem more comfortable with. But a terrific play, just terrific play by Matt Moore. Look good returning the ball, too, not just catching it.
Well, and you know, you brought up the point. Matt Moore, the heir apparent, he's going to be the quarterback, as all indications anyway at this point are for the Hart Indians. And you get a chance to see him run a little bit, and that's something he's going to be able to do a little bit next year.
He'll be doing a lot of it. He's such a good athlete.
3 wideouts to the near side. The quick toss. The ball, though, blocked up in the air. There's Fred Gamble, number 44, showing his presence for the Cowboys. 6'3", 235-pound senior, and it's good to have Fred Gamble back in that defense.
You know, I know it says senior right here, but I think he's only a junior, Dave. I know we have this. We've got to go by the program, but I think Big Fred is going to be just great coming back for the Cowboys next year.
3 wideouts again to the near side for the Indians. 2nd and 10 out of the shotgun. Stepping up, going long, trying to get to Donahoe, and that one's just slightly overthrown. Terrific coverage, though, again by Hendricks, step for step with the speedy Kevin Donahoe.
Yeah, Hendricks showing some good speed there, wasn't he? He looked very good at first. So Hendricks has been very active, huh? Making the big play on offense, and now step for step with Donahoe, the fastest man on the Indians.
And these two will be going head-to-head again next year. 5'10" junior is Robert Hendricks. Donahoe's a senior, 6'1", 170-pound senior. 3rd down and 10, and again, a 3rd and 10 situation for the Indians. Getting fleshed out is Matter. Matter's got a lot of room to run. Will he get the first down? Maria puts his shoulder into him, but finally brought down by Galvin, and he is going to have enough for the first down as Matter able to scramble to the 43-yard line, 13 yards.
Yeah, Billy Maria's got to square up, drop his hips, and get his shoulders in there. Just turned his shoulder a little bit. And,
well, against those great athletes like Matter is, you're going to have to wrap around and square them and put on the hit to get them down.
Yes, you do. And Billy, just being a sophomore, just coming up a couple weeks ago, it's a brave new world out there.
And now having to step in as Ryan is out for the season with the injury. The flare out to Julian Lewis. Lewis breaks 2, 3 tackles, 4, 5. Finally going to be dragged down from behind by McNeil, but not before Lewis able to get to the 40-yard line. Another 17-yard gain for the Indians.
Boy, didn't he look good? I thought he was out of bounds. I thought he was tackled 3 different times. Kept his feet moving, kept going upfield. And, you know, I think Andy Reese actually was in on that final tackle there. Andy hustling from his defensive end spot. Andy never turns off that great motor he has.
Clock is running. 4:15 to play in the first half. Out of the shotgun again is Matter on 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 40. Getting the ball out to Mickey Mercado. Mercado's going to get tripped up. That time was definitely Colin McNeil tripping up Mickey Mercado from behind.
Wow. Wow.
That shows you the athleticism of Colin McNeil.
And the heart, because since he doesn't come off the field, he's got to be a little fatigued, especially towards the end of the first half, and playing against a terrific defense when they're on offense, and this great offense when he's on defense, and still he makes a play from behind against a young man who can really motor.
2 yards on that pass completion, and Mercado has yet to run the ball. The fake, the throw inside. That one is knocked down by McNeil and almost intercepted by Jeremy Brandt. Colin McNeil is everywhere on this field.
You know, sometimes people have said that maybe he's overrated. I will argue with them on every day of the week. Colin McNeil is underrated. As much as we say his name, we could probably say it twice as many times. He makes big play after big play. He's a team player. He cares about the success of the football team, the school, and he has so much pride in himself.
3rd and 8. Again, 3rd and long for the Indians. And pitching out now, Mercado's going to get his chance. And do we need to even say it?
No, we don't even need to say it.
Who made that play?
Who
Colin
made that
McNeil.
play? Colin, what a...
And he throws him for a loss back to the 40-yard line, a loss of 2 yards, making Mercado his first opportunity to carry the ball tonight. He has 280 yards coming in to this game on the season. He is the leading ground carrier for the Indians,
and you know,
but he loses 2.
And it wasn't Mickey Mercado's fault, and it was a terrific play by Colin McNeil, but Matter ran the option to his left side. And pitched the ball real late.
Now let's set this stage. Here comes Josh Cummings to attempt a 57-yard field goal. He's got a little breeze behind it, but not much, but he's got a terrific leg, and it unfortunately is going to be short as it bounces on the end line. And I'm not sure if...
well, you know, Robert Hendricks got in there so quickly that, and I was watching Cummings' leg. Josh couldn't follow through, and he didn't get the normal follow through that he normally takes. I think that was because of Robert Hendricks getting in there so early. So Robert Hendricks may have been responsible for 3 points, saving 3 points from the Cowboys that time.
Tomorrow night here on SCV Sports TV is the last home game of the season for the COC Cougars, as they're going to take on the Santa Barbara Vaqueros. Tomorrow night, 6:30 on SCV Sports TV. The Cougars, one of the top-ranked teams in the country,
and it's bounce-back time.
And it is bounce-back time after that excruciating loss to the Moore Park Raiders last week. Tomorrow night, 6:30, COC football. Titteriga getting the ball out to Eric Johnson.
Not a bad toss, just off his hands.
Incomplete. It will bring up 2nd down.
Well, the Cowboys, you know, they might want to think about moving this clock a little bit and getting in at halftime and regrouping a little bit. You don't want to see the Indians get the ball. The Cowboys don't want to see the Indians get the ball and put up another score before halftime.
Titteriga now 5 of 9 for 64 yards and an interception. Spread formation for the Cowboys. 2 wideouts on the near side, 1 on the far. Andy Reese, the tight end. Colin McNeil, the lone back. McNeil gets the ball. McNeil's got some daylight. Squirts through across the 25 to the 27-yard line. 7 yards for Colin McNeil.
And Josh Christensen.
And Josh Christensen.
Josh Christensen right there.
What is it about this valley that produces such great quarterbacks, such great linebackers?
Well, I think it might be in the water, but I think people around here, they like to play football. And if you like to play football, the premier position on offense is quarterback, and on defense, it's linebacker.
Great point. That's a great point. Again, same formation, 2 wideouts on the near. McNeil is the lone back. Rolling to the left, tossing it to McNeil, and McNeil turned to run with the ball before he had the ball in his hand.
You know, that's one of the very few times I have seen Colin McNeil lose his concentration. He wanted so badly to catch the ball and get upfield because he knew he had the 1st down. But in that situation, he did take his eye off the ball. Good receivers have to look the ball into their hands.
This is the only opportunity that McNeil has to rest, as he's not on special teams.
It won't be for very long, will it?
Robinson in for his 3rd punt of the night. Moore standing on his 39-yard line. And going into this slight breeze, and Moore not calling for a fair catch, and it gets a terrific canyon bounce. And this ball is going to be down at the 22-yard line.
Matt Moore couldn't make his mind up. He wanted so badly to return that punt, and then when he looked up and he saw the Cowboys were real close, he just wasn't sure, and his indecisiveness caused him to just back off. But better that he back off then he tried to make a catch that he wasn't ready to do.
20 yards of roll gives Cam Robinson a 51-yard punt.
He's had some great punts, and then he had the punt blocked, and then the real short punt. It's very interesting. He's had a roller coaster night punting the ball.
First and 10 for the Hart Indians. 1:56 to play in this first half. Ball is down at their own 22-yard line. Wilson goes in motion. Matter out of the shotgun. Looking across the middle. Now he's dumping it off to Mickey Mercado. Mickey Mercado is going to outrun just about everyone in green down the sidelines, and he's finally going to get bumped out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 25 yards for Mickey Mercado.
Yep, Nick Theodore rushing Matt Moore, almost getting in there, but Mercado looked terrific on the outside. In fact, he just seemed to be running away from people. He was in cruise control, just kept moving away.
First and 10 from their own 47. Wilson sets up, joins two others on the near side, three now on this side. Quickly going to the far side, and it's Donahoe. And the pass was just a little bit in front of Donahoe.
It was a little bit in front, and it looked like Donahoe wasn't real sure where the defense was, so Kevin put that one hand out but didn't get both hands out. I'm sure if he had a chance to do it again, he'd get both hands out. In fact, he'd run through the ball, probably pick up a first down.
Second down and 10. Two wideouts either side. This time under center is Matter. Wilson in motion. There's the same play except the other side. This time the toss going to Steck.
And they did pick up the first down.
Does get the first down to the 42-yard line.
You know, the Indians look a lot more patient right now, don't they? Remember that bit early in the second quarter where it looked like they had to score right away. Now they're just back into their offense. Look much more relaxed.
Of course, their typical offense is this no huddle.
Yes.
And out of the shotgun is Matter. Across the middle, intercepted. Colin McNeil. He's got grass in front of him. Donahoe's going to drag him down from behind. So does Matter. But Colin McNeil, another interception for this tremendous linebacker for Canyon.
He is a great linebacker. He is the heart and spirit of this team. What a great person. You know, you couldn't package a better human being and still be a football player. He is just so wonderful. And it looked like everything was going right for Hart. They were just moving down. They're very, very comfortable. And McNeil willed himself up to make an incredible play.
Pass interception. He also had a blocked pass, knocked the pass down earlier in the game.
Right.
Carried the ball everywhere. Carried the ball well.
Received the ball.
He's the back right behind Vince Titteriga here. Two wideouts on the far side. Titteriga going back to pass. This time knocked down, and it's so hard to throw the ball over Evan Allen, 6'4", 235-pounder, who also plays on the basketball team. So you know he's got some hop underneath those knees.
Well, he does have some hop, and it looked like he was going for a two-handed stuff that time. He had both hands high, 10 feet off the ground. He was right there. Vince Titteriga had no chance at all to get the ball over him.
Titteriga now has attempted 11 passes, completed 5. He only threw 10 passes last week, and that was a lot last week against
Yes,
Saugus.
It was. Well, he only threw 1 in the first half against Saugus, if you recall.
Second down and 10. 1:09 to play in the first half. McNeil is the lone back. The toss looking for Hendricks, and Hendricks is going to get nailed. The pass is incomplete. Evan Anderson, what a tremendous cornerback, Evan Anderson.
You know, we talked about him earlier, and he's living up to any and everything that we said that was so good. He is filling so well on everything in front of him, and then when teams try to go deep, he has good coverage there.
Anderson in the summer wasn't even on the defensive side of the ball. He was slated as a starting receiver, but his defensive instincts, as we talked to Harrington before this game, Mike Harrington, the head coach for the Hart Indians, his defensive instincts were so strong they had to put him on the defensive side of the ball.
Very good, and better each week.
Third down and 10. The fake to Hendricks, rolling to his right. Titteriga. He's got some room, and quickly that closes down Ryan Rich. Strong safety for the Hart Indians, 5'11" senior. Closes down on Titteriga, maybe 2 yards. But it's going to bring up fourth down.
That was interesting. Tommy Thompson was over there trying to wind the clock, and the side judge was saying it was out of bounds, but Thompson was saying this first half has been long enough. Let's wind it. and it costs the Indians. They have to burn a timeout because they want to stop the clock right here.
With 4th down, Cam Robinson is going to set up and try a 51-yard field goal. Gets set up for this. The band is down there waiting to receive this ball from Robinson. 51-yarder. Good snap. The hold is down the length. He's got the distance, and it hits the crossbar.
What a great leg. Was that a nice kick into a slight breeze, 51 yards. What a terrific effort.
Right after that ball left his foot, it looked to me like he had the distance, and as it approached that crossbar, it was going into that wind, and it just started to kind of push it down.
You know, Mark Barr did a nice job holding the ball, and as the ball took off and as it was going through the air, Mark Barr stood up and he started cheering. He thought it was good, and usually the holder has as good a feel as the kicker.
Isn't it amazing we're seeing 2 high school kickers here trying field goals of over 50 yards apiece?
And being awfully close, huh? Awfully close.
37 seconds to play in the first half. Out of the shotgun, Matter looking long, going across the middle, trying for Donahoe. That's going to be too much for Donahoe.
Donahoe, but real nice coverage by Nick Hogan. Nick Hogan step for step downfield.
And for Kyle Matter, that's his 36th pass attempt.
Is that right?
Tonight.
Whoa.
Well, you know, there have been 37 plays.
You know, I have to tell you, it's most likely, David, that Matter's not going to be playing a lot in the second half, unless there's some change. So probably he's getting all his passes off in the first half, and he's not going to get much in the second half. 28-0 is pretty comfortable at this point.
3 wideouts to the near side. And Matter is going to go down. Andy Reese.
Meet Andy Reese.
And John Sandin combine on the sack.
How about Big John? Big John from the left, Andy from the right. That was beautiful.
Andy Reese, that's his 10th sack. Andy Reese by himself, his 10th
Well, you
sack.
get up there in double figures. You're something special.
This time the toss goes to Donahoe again, who's certainly become one of the favorite targets of Matter in recent weeks. Donahoe dances through the crowd, but that's going to be the end of the first half. The Hart Indians with the commanding 28-0 lead. We're going to take a look at the Gold Star Brigade, and Harry and I will look at halftime statistics right after this.
What do all these smiling faces have in common? They have sunshine in their lives. Sunshine offers both full-day and half-day preschool programs for 3- and 4-year-old children, and after-school care and summer and multi-track camps for school-age children. Sunshine specialty classes include dance, gymnastics, cooking, arts, and karate. Sunshine Academy is a growing and expanding private grade school currently serving children in grades kindergarten through 3rd. Our purpose is to pursue academic excellence and develop moral character in the lives of children. If there is one key component that makes Sunshine special, it is the Sunshine staff. They are the best. Keep your eyes open as Sunshine's private school, henceforth known as Legacy Private Academy, expands to kindergarten through 6th grade next fall. The Sunshine promise? To bring sunshine into the lives of your children.
The Dugout Sports Store is your one-stop location for baseball and softball. All the gear you need, from gloves and balls to knee savers and shin guards, can be found at the Dugout. And with the new rules affecting bat sizes, all the new Easton bats are at the Dugout. Plus, All-Star Embroidery can create the custom uniform you and your team need. Check us out on the internet at dugoutsports.com and batsusa.com, or call 288-2607 the Dugout. the largest selection of palms, flowers, shrubs, plants, and trees, it's Green Nursery. No nursery in the Santa Clarita Valley has more acreage of growing grounds than Green Nursery. We have more stock than all the other nurseries and discount stores combined. And you'll find the shorter fall days are the prime time for growing perennials. For the best selection, best advice, and best prices, go to Green Nursery on Bouquet Canyon Road in Saugus.
This Acura dealership is unbelievable. They treated us like family. Hi, I'm Sherry Fleming. I've been telling you anything they can do, we can do better, but our customers tell it best.
I got the price and the car I wanted.
I bought my TL here and I love it.
They treated me like family.
I'd send my family there.
I feel the difference.
I'd send my friends there.
I feel the difference.
Come feel the difference.
Halftime here at Canyon High School, 28-0. The Indians with that lead. Statistically amazing. 298 yards passing for the Hart Indians, but two things really stick out to me, Harry. 15 first downs for the Indians, 7 of 11 third down conversions.
Incredible. First of all, 15 first downs. That's a full game for a good offensive effort. But 7 of 11 conversions. 7 of 11 conversions on third down is just sensational. Unfortunately, the Cowboys failed to convert at all on 6 attempts. 0 for 6 on their third down conversions attempts, and only 3 first downs for the whole first half. Wasn't quite getting it done.
7 rushing yards.
Well, we hope the Cowboys come out. I hope the coaches have inspired them at halftime.
Nice kick and into the wind and into the end zone. Josh Cummings.
Josh Cummings, the premier kicker, not only in the CIF in Division III, but probably one of the very finest in the whole southern section. And so consistent, too, right? Not just a strong leg, but so consistent.
Well, the Cowboys will have their opportunity now. They need to mount the charge if they're going to find any hope at all about getting into this football game here as we begin the second half. And the Cowboys back to their 20-yard line. Vince Titteriga, the quarterback. And in that double wing tee, Mark Barr with the ball. Mark Barr not getting anywhere. Barr had a total of -3 yards on 3 carries in the first half, and he's gets 1 yard. That's the first time tonight that Mark Barr has had positive yardage.
On his run. He only got a yard, but Kyle Hollis making the play from the backside. Once again, making like Batman, swooping in from the backside. Boy, he's a happy camper. If he's in pain, he must like it out there. Hollis and McNeil, what a show. We're seeing it inside backer.
Defensively for the Hart Indians, ranked 7th, giving up 201 yards per game. This time, that's misdirection, and the give is to Hendricks, and Hendricks is going to get good yardage to the 24. 3 yards tonight, that's good yardage
for the Cowboys. Yeah. 3 yards is good yardage, but Kyle Hollis was right there at the shoe tops, making the tackle again. So they run left, Hollis makes the play. They run right, Hollis is right there. Of course, Kyle, his terrific linebacker, is playing behind my favorite front four. You know, we may not have a nickname for them, but they've earned all kinds of nicknames. Oh, Frome, Allen, All-World Dubsky, and Flores.
3rd down and 6 from their own 24-yard line. The double wing again.
Oh, too bad.
And getting a little hitch in his giddy up a little bit too quickly. Quisenberry.
Mike Quisenberry is the premier offensive lineman for the Cowboys, and it's pretty consistent with the Cowboys. When Quisenberry stays at home, it's a counter and they're coming back. When he pulls, they're going to the strong side. And that time he was trying a little early, but he was pulling to the right side. The ball was going to go to his right.
Of course, we've talked about it here. This is the 3rd game that we've done for the Cowboys, but we've talked about it in each of the previous 2 games of how intelligent Mike Quisenberry is. One of the smartest players in not only Santa Clarita, but Southern California.
He's so smart, he can do well in Shakespeare. He is truly amazing.
Double wing tee again, 3rd and 11. The fake, rolling out, trying to flip it to McNeil. McNeil's got it, but Travis Hetman has got McNeil, and McNeil may have been better served to drop that ball.
He may have been, but we had 42 and 42. That was kind of interesting, but I think the Indians have picked up what a lot of teams have missed. You know, when Titterica rolls to the outside, he's often looking for McNeil in the flat, and they've certainly determined that. Well, the Cowboys came out. They had a chance to start the second half, but 4th and 12, 4th and 13. They're not going the right way right now.
And the wind has actually picked up again, and it is reverse direction. It's now moving right to left. So Cam Robinson kicking right into the wind again. Matt Moore back at his own 45.
You know, Fritz has nothing on you. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Great special teams coverage. Robert Hendricks, number 7, just as Matt Moore catches that ball. Hendricks is all over him, drops him for no gain on the 33-yard punt.
Robert Hendricks was right there. Jeremy Brandt, who was so sick last week, and he just still gave it his all and played every play on defense. And then Leo Yepez was in there also. So the Cowboys are hustling. They need a little help from the sideline, and a little guidance, and they'll get better.
Kyle Matter, 19 of 37 in the first half. Flipping out to Mercado. Mercado tips it to himself. Mercado has got a first down, breaks a couple of tackles, and finally Ricky Galvin slams Mercado into the ground. Mercado gets 25 yards, though, down to the Cowboy 25.
Ricky Galvin made a saving tackle against the Saugus Centurions last week. Galvin makes another saving tackle. Galvin, starting at wingback, playing linebacker. He's a very, very good athlete.
Out of the shotgun again now. Matter with 323 yards passing, and we've just started the second half. Getting out of trouble, rolling to his right. Got a receiver, and he makes the completion. Wilson makes the catch. Todd Wilson, and Wilson is down to the 2-yard line, 23 yards on that, and the Indians quickly, 2 plays in the first two, at the beginning of the second half, and they're down, knocking on the goal line.
And you know, Matter was scrambling and moving all around, and I don't care how good a secondary you have, when a good receiver has 7, 8, 9 seconds to run around, and he has a good quarterback to get him the ball, there's no hope. Okay, here's the unbalanced line.
Dubsky is in as the fullback. Mercado is behind him. And Travis Hetman forgot to come onto the field. Unbalanced again on the right side. This time it's Dubsky.
No.
What a great
fake. Dubsky. Evan Allen in the corner of the end zone. Terrific, and no one near him. No one within, what, 10 yards of him. No one at all.
The 4th touchdown pass of the night for Kyle Matter, who is now 21 of 40, 348 yards.
Oof.
Matter just looking real strong.
Yes, he does, and nice call. Great call.
Great call. Had me completely fooled.
You know, we haven't mentioned the Hart coaching staff, but it is the premier coaching staff that I've seen. The best coaching staff around.
And that one, I wonder if Hendricks may have gotten a piece of that one, as that ball goes underneath the crossbar. 8:11 to play in the third quarter. The Indians now up 34-0 on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week.
I love sports. I like school, and I get good grades. But I also like to get high.
Yeah, it's so easy to fool our parents. They have no idea how easy it is to get drugs and alcohol in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Marijuana, cocaine, crack, it's all here.
As long as I keep hitting home runs and getting good grades, my parents don't ask what else I do.
Besides, what's the worst that can happen to us? We fall asleep in class?
Parents, talk to your kids before it's too late.
Education isn't always about books. It's not always about the score. Challenge your mind. Challenge your body. Accept the challenge.
Eric Johnson and Nick Hogan flank Robert Hendricks as they are about to receive this kickoff from Josh Cummings. The question, how deep into the end zone will this ball go? And Hendricks is going to field it at the 1-yard line. And Dick Wilson Todd Wilson, number 27, a tremendous play, keeping Hendricks to the 11-yard line.
Real good play on a kickoff by. Second real good play on a kickoff by Todd Wilson.
Yeah, it works when you have the microphone up there, doesn't it?
It's better, isn't it?
It is better. You can hear it.
Geez,
Go ahead,
talk
continue.
about focus. Wow. Perhaps it would have been better to let the ball go into the end zone and get the ball out to the 20-yard line. As it is right now, the Cowboys have the ball at the 11-yard line.
Well, last year when we were doing these games, when we first saw Josh Cummings and saw what kind of a weapon Josh Cummings really is, and we talked about how players are back there in the goal line. They want to catch that ball. They want to get it.
Right.
They want to run forward, and you can't blame them for that.
No, you can't, but he hung the ball in the air, so the distance was a little less, but his hang time was terrific.
McNeil up the middle. McNeil is going to, there's Kyle Hollis is in the middle of that. Chris Fromm, Josh Christensen in the middle of all that as well.
And that's a quick trap, too. Colin McNeil, and the quick trap was once again being led by Mike Quisenberry, the best offensive lineman by the Cowboys.
McNeil now 4 carries, 18 yards. Yeah,
Cowboys,
McNeil
you know,
gets 3 on that
you just have to be pulling for the Cowboys to get something, a little consistency, a little momentum for these wonderful young men who there's so many good kids out there.
2 wideouts on the far side, 1 on the near. The quick toss goes out to Mark Barr. Mark Barr, that is such a big time play by Chase Mendenhall.
Oh, Chase Mendenhall defeated the blocker and made an uninsisted tackle. It was a big play. Oh, Chase, that's a marvelous play.
Eric Johnson was out there trying to block for Barr, and Mendenhall just fights through that block and drops Barr for a 2-yard loss back to the 12-yard line. 3rd down and 9 coming up. And for the last 2 completions, Vince Titteriga has 2 completions for -4 yards.
Ouch. Ouch. But, you know, once again, we can't blame Vince Titteriga for that.
Right.
You know, he's not calling the plays.
Barr gets the toss. Barr fighting hard.
He's fighting real hard, but there's Hetman. Hetman right there.
Travis the Hitman Hetman. Dropping Barr at the 17-yard line. 4th down. Cam Robinson is coming in to kick again. Robinson's 6th punt of the night.
Well, this will be interesting. We've seen feast and famine on these punts, haven't we? So let's see. What do we have? The ball on about the 18-yard line. Let's see what Cam does here.
Matt Moore stands at midfield to receive this punt from Robinson. 4th and 4. You fake?
No.
Good call. Nice high hanging kick.
Terrific hang time.
Gets the spiral to turn over. Matt Moore calls a fair catch right at midfield. 32 yards, but
32,
that was a great kick.
It was a great kick. Only 32 yards, but there was going to be no return because the hang time was so superior.
And we've seen how willing Matt Moore is to go into the face of danger, catch that ball, and try to make something happen.
Face of danger, but that time it was discretion being the better part of valor.
From midfield, and a 34-point lead. Matter out of the shotgun. He's got 2 wideouts on either side. Jake Norton goes in motion. Now lines up on the near side. Now goes back to the other side. Here comes the blitz. Matter gets hit just as he releases the ball and is drilled into the ground by Andy Reese. The ball is overthrown, intended for Norton, but Matter took a hit from from Andy Reese.
Andy Reese has drilled Matter at least twice exceptionally hard, and Matter is one tough cookie. I mean, his body is so exposed when he's releasing that ball, and he takes the hit, he gets up, he's not angry, he's probably feeling some upset, but by gosh, he is one tough young man, and he just focuses on the next play.
Matter coming in, completing close to 65% of his passes. Lewis in motion. The quick toss goes to Lewis. Lewis has got some blockers in front of him. Lewis is going to get close to the 1st down as he's knocked out of bounds by Brandt. But they're going to mark him out at the 38-yard line. 12 yards for Julian Lewis, and that is indeed another first down.
Julian's coming into his own tonight, isn't he? He's looking very comfortable. He's making some big plays, and he's nonchalantly catching the ball on the quick little swing pass, turning it upfield, moving the chains forward with the first down.
Lewis, a 5'6" junior. Norton in motion. The shotgun again from Matter. Here comes Reese again. Reese nails him again. Incredibly hard hit, and Matter slow to get up.
Boy,
but Andy Reese came on a charge.
He does. You know, he has terrific strength in his legs, good acceleration, and as we've said earlier in the game, there's nobody out on that field tougher than Andy Reese, and there's some tough football players out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle Matter is showing just how tough he's got to be to take those hits from people like Andy Reese.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
to continue to get back up. 2nd down and 10 from the 38. 5:19 to play in the third quarter. 2 wideouts either side. Norton's in motion. Mercado is the lone back. Looking for the shovel pass to Mercado. Does try to get it to him eventually, but very well defended by the Cowboys. Leo Yepez was draped all over Mickey Mercado.
Yes, John Sandin was in there again, putting pressure on the quarterback, and might surprise you to hear that Colin McNeil was in the midst of everything right then.
Why would that surprise me? Why would that surprise anyone?
It would surprise no one. Not anyone who knows Colin McNeil.
45 pass attempts.
Wow.
By Kyle Matter, and only 1 running attempt so far. Here comes the blitz again. Reese doesn't get him, but
Ricky
Galvin does get him, and you know, I think you got to give Reese and John Sandin a lot of credit for giving Ricky Galvin.
Absolutely right. That's what I saw. I saw Reese and Sandin again, just coming so hard, relentlessly coming in. You know, you really have to admire these young men. It's 34-0, and they have not. To them, it's 0-0. It's a fresh game to them. They've got such good attitudes, good hearts. They're a wonderful young man.
It's
Boy.
Friday night, it's football, and they're out there doing what they love to do.
Yes, they're playing tonight.
4th down, 15. The Indians are going for it. Out of the shotgun, 3 wideouts to the near side, looking to the far side. Kevin Donahoe is wide open, and it goes through his hands.
Boy, what a great toss. It was right there, wasn't it?
It was right there.
Right there. That was a touchdown. That was right there. Oh.
And Donahoe knows it.
Well, the Indians aren't showing a lot of respect, though, for the Cowboys, are they? I mean, 4th and 15, 4th and 16. Second time they've gone from it, from midfield, giving the Cowboys good field position. But unless the Cowboys move the ball, you know, and the Cowboys have tried, you know, they haven't stayed with one offense this year. You know, they've tried the power eye, they've tried the double wing and the regular wing tee, they've tried the pro sets. And now we have an empty set. A little bit of everything, but they certainly don't look comfortable with it, do they? They're not sure who's going to line up where.
3 wideouts to this side, 2 on the far side. Empty backfield. 3 steps. The quarterback draw by Titteriga, and Titteriga is going to get dragged down from behind.
Peter Dubsky.
Or a big Peter Dubsky. Peter Dubsky, 6'2", 225-pound senior. All world, all everything. Everybody loves Peter Dubsky.
Well, if you don't love good football.
Yeah, that's a great point. You've got these great players like Dubsky who love smash mouth football, and that's exactly what the Cowboys are giving him.
Yes, but they've they've stayed away from Mr. Dubsky a bit. He is just a monster in the middle.
You know, that I've said it several times already tonight, but Harry, that is a great point. We have not called Peter Dubsky, and they have stayed away from him quite a bit. Could have something to do, too, with Hunter Phillips being the center. This is Mark Barr. Mark Barr is going to run right into Mr. Dubsky and Mr. Allen. Mark Barr is going to get right to the midfield stripe, though.
You know, this is one of those plays that Josh Christensen, I like what he did. He came across the line and stuffed the offensive blocker and changed the flow of the play, and he didn't make the tackle. He didn't get credit for anything, but he changed the play and allowed his teammates to make the play. Christensen really caused the good defensive play that time.
3rd down and 3 from midfield. A double wing tee this time by the Cowboys. Titteriga rolling to his left. He's got Phillips in front of him, blocking. Titteriga turns it up, looks for that first down mark, and slides in, and Titteriga should have that first down, and he does.
Yes, he does.
Down at the 46-yard line. That's a nice play by Vince Titteriga.
Well, it is. It really is. The Cowboys really need to burn some time off the clock. They need to feel that their offense can pick up some first downs, and Vince just took care of both of them, didn't he? He's moving the chains forward, keeping the clock moving, and the Cowboys have another chance at first down, 1st and 10 in Indian territory.
First and 10 from the 46-yard line for the Cowboys. Remember, they only had 3 first downs the entire first half. Galvin splits out to the near side. Barr and Reese to the far side. They give those up the middle to Colin McNeil. McNeil squares those shoulders, drags Travis Hetman along with him, and gets down to the 34-yard line. First down for the Cowboys.
Oh, Mike Quisenberry made a real fine block on the quick trap, and the quick trap is probably the best executed play that the Cowboys have. And of course, why is it such a good play for them? Well, they combine the quick hitting of a terrific fullback in Colin McNeil and a great block by someone who is mobile, smart, makes his good adjustment in Mike Quisenberry.
29 yards in 5 carries for Colin McNeil, and all of those hard fought right up the middle. First and 10 from the Indian 34-yard line. The best penetration of the night by the Cowboys. This toss again, and that has just not worked at all. Evan Allen, Josh Christensen,
right.
They're right there.
They certainly are.
They're generously going to give Mark Barr about 1.5 yards on that carry, but that just has not worked at all.
Dave, Ricky Galvin seems to get quite a bit of yardage when he carries the ball. How many times has Galvin carried the ball tonight?
0.
He has. Oh, okay. I remember last week.
Right.
He was averaging about 10 yards a carry.
And I remember last year against the Valencia Vikings on this field, Ricky Galvin almost single-handedly took care of the Vikings running the ball. Ball's on the ground, and this time it's going to be covered up by Kyle Hollis, recovering the fumble, and there was just a bad exchange between Vince Titteriga and Mark Barr.
Yeah, you know, Vince was limping the play before this. He led on that sweep, which is always an interesting play to have the quarterback lead and block on the sweep. He was a little dinged, and the exchange between Vince and Mr. Barr just, well, it never came off smoothly, did it?
One minute, 1 second to play in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Indians on their own 38. Lewis in motion. Quickly throwing is Matter to Jake Norton.
Jeremy Brandt saw end zone. He read the play perfectly, and the ball just got by him. I mean, he read that perfectly. He was right there. Unfortunately, he didn't make the play, unfortunately for the Cowboys, but for the Indians, they're moving things forward, picked up 2 yards.
Second down, 8 from the 40. Shotgun this time, faking one side. Here comes the blitz. Dono's got it, and Dono is surrounded by green shirts.
Wow, wasn't that nice, huh? You had to see Edgar Aguirre right there.
Leo Yepez was in there.
He certainly was. Leo was right there. But who do you think secured the tackle? If you just had to guess, would you say he might wear a 42?
I think he does.
He might. He does.
You know what impressed me most, though, about that play by Colin McNeil is the form tackling. He wrapped his arms around and squarely put the player down to the ground.
I like your mentioning that squaring up. It is so important for good athletes to stay square and to keep their heads up.
3 quarters are now in the books. The Cowboys down to the Indians, 34-0. Frontier Toyota's game of the week. We've got the fourth quarter right after this.
Are you ready for some hot RC racing action in the Santa Clarita Valley? Well, head on down to Hot Rod Hobbies and Raceway at 25845 San Fernando Road in Saugus. Off-road racing Tuesday and Saturday nights, dirt oval racing on Friday nights. Race head-to-head with all the best and have a great time. For racing schedule and information, call 661-255-2404.
You know, we're very proud of the Signal's role in this community. So I'd like to share with you what some local folks have to say about your hometown newspaper.
I know the people. You know, I know Will Fleet. Tim White grew up out here, went to Saugus High School, and so that they understand this community.
We need our hometown newspaper. This is the one that focuses on this town.
I read it every morning to see what I said.
So pick up a copy of the Signal today. After all, it's your community, and this is your newspaper.
What do all these smiling faces have in common? They have sunshine in their lives. Sunshine offers full and half-day preschool programs for 3- and 4-year-olds, after-school care, summer and multi-track camps for school-age children. Sunshine specialty classes include dance, gymnastics, cooking, art, and karate. Sunshine Academy is a growing private grade school currently serving children in grades kindergarten through 3rd. Our purpose is to pursue academic excellence and develop moral character in the lives of children. If there is one key component that makes Sunshine special, it is the Sunshine staff. They are the best. Keep your eyes open as Sunshine's private school, now called Legacy Private Academy, expands to K through 8th grade next fall. The Sunshine promise? To bring sunshine into the lives of your children.
Image, communication, information, qualities that define a successful business. Get the competitive advantage you need with video for your corporate presentations, e-commerce, and marketing. For nearly 20 years, Souvenir Productions has been helping business get results through video. Whether you need 30 seconds or 30 hours, find out what video can do for your business. Call 254-6634.
Starting the 4th quarter, Kyle Matter out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 10, getting some heat again, steps up, fires the strike. That's a great play by Nick Hogan, number 9.
Nick Hogan was right there. Nick, step for step, perfect coverage, breaking the play off, getting dirty. He liked it. I liked it. Nice job, Nick.
Matter, 23 of 48, 362 yards. Of course, those 4 touchdowns against 1 interception on the night. Josh Cummings in to punt. His 2nd punt of the night. Back to receive this kick, Brian Greider.
I have Brian in class. What a great young man, Brian Greider.
I'm sorry. That's not 5, that's 9. Nick Hogan.
You led me astray. I wanted to see my man Brian out there.
You want to talk about Brian?
Hey, Brian's a great kid. In fact, he hasn't had many chances. When he did get out in the field, he made a tackle. He was on one of the kickoffs earlier.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead in the 4th quarter.
2 wideouts either side for Moore, who's in the shotgun. Going in motion is Wilson, Todd Wilson. Bad snap. Moore falls on it. The ball is on the ground. Fight at the bottom of the pile.
Cowboys. Cowboys got the ball.
The first fumble recovery of the night by the Cowboys. Both teams with a fumble and an interception.
You know, this is going to be a very interesting situation to see if the Hart Indians keep in their first-string defense, because the Indians, I think this is an outstanding defense, but they have not had a shutout all year. So it's going to be interesting to see if the coaching staff keeps in most of their first team, or they take the 2nd or 3rd strings and let them play, because after all, the game, as far as the score goes, is or the final outcome, that's clearly been determined.
I do show Mike Lynn is in as the defensive end on the far side, number 50. The give up the middle, though, to Colin McNeil. What a fighter. Colin McNeil, no one's told him the score.
Colin McNeil has so much pride. He always works the game as if the score is 0-0 and I need to make a big play for my team. I mean, he picks up 9 yards. I mean, the Cowboys are going to get a first down here. They're going to move the sticks forward. They have a chance to get in the end zone.
McNeil, 6 carries, 38 yards. 2nd down and 1, inside of 8.5 to play in this ball game. 2 wideouts on the near side for Titteriga. McNeil is a lone back. 3 steps, looking. He's got John Sandin. That's a tremendous throw because Chase Mendenhall had great coverage on John Sandin, and Vince Titteriga threw that ball the only spot that John Sandin could catch it.
Vince threw a terrific pass. It was the only spot possible, and John Sandin right there. Good hands, good athlete. John Sandin, another kid, just with a big heart, going both ways, putting in so many plays on offense and not coming off the field on defense.
John Sandin, a 6'1", 185-pound junior, called up at the end of the season last year, made an immediate impact on that defense of the Cowboys in 1999. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. McNeil this time not going to get as much.
No, but
Maybe
he's
a
following his buddy Quisenberry and on that quick trap. You know, you can do that so many times, and sooner or later, the good defense says, I've seen this before. This isn't working.
Two yards for Colin McNeil. 2nd down and 8. Ricky Galvin goes to the far side. John Sandin is to the near. In the slot is Mark Barr. The give is to Barr. Barr trying to follow behind Big Quisenberry. But a nice play, Josh Christensen.
Right there, Josh, a really nice play. Kyle Hollis right behind. Good linebacker play. And wouldn't you know it, once again, Evan Anderson filling up from his secondary spot. You sure Galvin hasn't carried the ball, huh?
There's no Galvin on the stat sheet right now.
Okay.
Galvin is going to line up in the slot, this time on the far side. The double wing T. Sandin is split out to the near. The misdirection. Now Titteriga rolling to his left. A lot of white shirts are going to suddenly converge on him.
A lot of white shirts.
Chris Frone got a big paw up in there. Peter Dubsky on top of Titteriga. Another sack, though, for the Hart defensive line.
Nowhere to throw, really. Just Vince had no choice. The blocking had broken down, and downfield, the Indians had really good secondary coverage.
Loss of 5 on the play. 4th down and 12. The Cowboys going for it. The fake. Titteriga getting chased by Dubsky, by Lynn. Throwing it. He was trying to get it to Barr. Barr slipped as he tried to come back.
But once again, people are all over Vince and Barr. Had he caught the ball, he would not have picked up the 1st down. Good defense by the Indians, and by the way, they did have most of the blue chippers out there.
5:49 to play in this ball game, and it looks like the Indians are on their way to yet another victory. 47 in league, 47 straight.
That is truly amazing. That is one of the great streaks in the southern section.
That's a great streak in football.
Yes, it is.
That's 10 years.
Yes, it is awesome.
That is nearly 10 years straight without a loss in league for the Hart Indians. I formation. The give to Mercado by Moore. And Mercado is going to get dragged down at the line of scrimmage. Gamble, McNeil, surprise, surprise. McNeil's out there cheering him on.
Isn't that incredible?
Isn't that something?
I mean, it is wonderful. I mean, we need a little bit of that on the sideline, but by gosh, Colin McNeil is out there. Every play on offense, every play on defense, and in the end of the 4th quarter, he's still out there applauding and cheering on his teammates.
Matt McCabe is split out to the near side. I formation. Behind Travis Hetman is Mercado, but flags come down. Ryan Robbins is into the ball game. Alberto Martinez is into the game on the front line. Taylor Lloyd also in that front line for the Hart Indians.
Mickey Mercado says, now you're going to run the ball?
Yeah.
Now? I like my teammates, but where are those big hog volleys that were in there earlier?
Matt Aloisi is in the game as a wideout to the far side. He's already lined up over there. The rest of the team's in the huddle.
Yes.
But Matt already knows the play. He's standing over there. He's close to Dean Harrington, the offensive coordinator for the Hart Indians, calling the plays. So Matt already knows what the play is going to be. The fake to Mercado. Looking towards Aloisi, but getting swarmed under. Coming up with that big sack Nick Theodore.
Absolutely, number 8,
bounces
Nick
up number
Theodore
8 with that sack.
He's right there. There's a lot of kids out there with a lot of pride. They're still excited about playing football tonight. They still want to be out there. They'd like the game to just keep going on. They're playing tough, hard as they can.
Ball goes back to the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 24. For the first time tonight, we're seeing the Hart Indians going backwards.
Yes, they are going backwards. The Cowboys are they're continue to give the best effort that they can.
Matt Moore, 6'4" junior. Here comes the blitz. Moore steps up, throws across the middle, trying to get the ball to Aloisi, but standing there, Billy Maria, 15, playing a good center field.
And Robert Hendricks again. Both of them right there. Terrific coverage.
Forces the Indians into a punting situation, and Josh Cummings is going to go back to kick to Nick Hogan. Hogan, a 5'7" junior. And Hogan going to stand back at his own 45, expecting a 40-yarder from Cummings. The wind is virtually gone now. Flag is laying limply. Cummings, a good kick.
Oh.
And trying to short hop it was Hogan.
Boy, he was real fortunate at that time. The Cowboys take the ball over around midfield.
Last week, Chris Wilkie receiving those punts and also starting as the wideout for the Canyon Cowboys, but Wilkie suffered an injury, a torn muscle in his hip area during practice, and
yes,
could not even get his pants on.
So obviously we're being deprived an opportunity to see young Mr. Wilkie tonight. Well, we hear the Canyon Band for the first time in a while.
Getting up, trying to pump up the troops. 3:48 to play, down 34-0. But good field position here to try to avoid the shutout are the Cowboys. They've got the ball on the Indian 49-yard line, starting off with this double wing tee. The toss to Barr. Barr's going to throw the ball. Barr looking for Reese. Great defense. Oh my goodness, it's Evan Anderson. What a surprise.
Evan Anderson with good coverage downfield. A total shocker.
Of course, we're being facetious.
We are being facetious because it's been so good all night long. We talked about it in the first quarter. The end of the fourth quarter, it's still solid, good, really good defense.
How many times have we seen Evan Anderson coming up and taking care of that sweep by Mark Barr, and at least forcing it to go in
Absolutely.
To his linebackers?
He's been terrific. He's been filling so well on the run, filling on the short, quick pass, and covering deep.
2nd down and 10. Toss this time going to Hendricks. Nothing going. Lynn is right there. Scott Whiteside, 34, is also in on that play.
You know,
Kevin Elledge is also in, number 48.
It's really nice to see that Coach Harrington, in this case Rick Harrington, the defensive coordinator, and of course everything comes down from Mike Harrington, the head coach, but it's really nice to see Rick Harrington getting in some of the other players, some of the players that don't get a chance to be out on the field very often.
Let's see if we can identify some of them. Tony Lico, number 40, is in the game at a defensive end. Jared Garnes is a cornerback.
Cole Cannon at safety.
Wes Coons, a cornerback. The fake by Titteriga on 3rd down and 9. Rolling and getting a piece of that ball is Wes Coons, 28, just knocking the ball away from Fred Gamble as the intended receiver.
That's right, and once again, Cole Cannon right there too. Very good.
Jimmy Neal, 14, also in for the Hart Indians.
I'm not seeing one starter for the Indians out there.
The entire second unit.
Yes, the entire second unit. And,
Garrett Stefan.
I'm sure some third.
Shut up. 4th down and 9. Titteriga going straight back, looking for Sandin. Sandin's got those big hog mollies out in front of him. Sandin breaks to the outside, and Sandin's going to be dragged down by Jimmy Neal out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
And don't you have to feel good for John Sandin? I mean, here he's been playing the whole game, offense and defense, makes a big play. He's running with fresh legs out there. Where does he get them? What a big heart. He catches the ball, accelerates to the outside. He's sprinting down the right sideline. He looked terrific.
What I need to know is, where did you get the term hog molly, by golly? Now you got me starting to say it. As he got in front of those 3 big hog mollies, huh?
Nice job, John.
1st and 10 from the 22. Clock rolling. 2:20 to play in this ball game. That double wing tee. The toss goes to Mark Barr. Barr gets hit hard by Brandon Kuntz, a 5'11" senior linebacker.
Scott Whiteside's in on the tackle, too.
Second down, 8. 2 yards on that carry, just inside the 20-yard line. The Canyon faithful calling out, would love to see points on the board by the Cowboys. 2 wideouts on the near side, 1 on the far. The give those are up the middle to Colin McNeil. That's been a successful play all night long.
Yes, that's the quick trap. He had on the left side, you had Mike Quisenberry pulling to his right, making that quick trap. Colin McNeil following and just going just inside of Mike, going upfield, and it definitely has been the most successful and consistent play the whole night for the Cowboys. You know, it's not that it's tricky. You've got 2 good players making significant executions.
McNeil now with 47 yards on the night. 3rd down and 3 as McNeil goes right up behind Brandon Barron, his big center. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Cowboys, as the Cowboys now are inside the 10-yard line of the Indians at the 9.
And this is the first time the whole night, I believe, that the Cowboys have been down. So this is kind of good. And this would be nice for the Cowboys to, you know, end the game with a score, not get shut out. That'll be real nice.
For the Canyon Cowboys, 57 seconds to go, 9 yards to keep from getting shut out in this Foothill League game. McNeil right behind Titteriga. Titteriga rolling, getting some pressure, throws in the end zone. And it's intercepted by the Indians. I hope you can see the number, Harry, because I can't see the number of who intercepted that ball.
Sorry, there's 7 happy Indians over there. If I had to guess, I'd say Cole Cannon.
Well, that pretty much sealed it. The Canyon faithful are starting to pack up. They're hoping to see some points on the board, but it's not to be tonight. With 46 seconds, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The give is going to be to Wilson up the middle. Wilson fighting for 2 hard-fought yards, but the Canyon faithful now starting to head to the exits, Harry, and tough game. I know you love these Canyon Cowboys. It's hard to see them getting shut out like this.
Well, you know, I've been around here for more than 30 years, and there's such a proud tradition, and it's really sad to see the Cowboys losing 8 ball games last year, and maybe finishing 4th or 5th place in the league this year, and you know, there's even a chance they won't make the playoffs, and that's something that is out of character for these proud young men.
The Hart Indians don't take anything away from the Indians as the game clock expires and is down to 0, 34-0. These Indians win. Kyle Matter, 362 yards through the air. Very impressive performance by these Indians, who have their offense clicking on all 8 cylinders.
Well, they do, and the defense looks terrific. It's their first shutout of the year. But one of the things I was most impressed about, I guess it has to do with the maybe the coaching staff and a philosophy. They could have left their first-team defense in there. They allowed this